Okay, let's have a look at the tab for the solo here. We're in standard tuning with a dropped first string. So E, A, D, G, B, and a D on the top here, which gives you your third, which is perfect for slide. So the solo starts 11th fret, going up to 12, and this is second, third, and fourth string. So. And then it picks up second string, sliding from 10 to 12, up to 12 on the first string. So sliding to 14, up to 15 again. So one more time, going 10 to 12. I'm muting that every couple of notes. I think, let me just have a look here with my thumb, if you can hear that. Putting my thumb back down there. Just to sort of clean it up. I don't know if you have to. Let's have a listen without. Yeah. Yeah, you can experiment with that, but with that little last note there coming onto the 12th fret of the third string here, you probably want to block that off. I'm doing it with my third finger here. If you don't, I'm not sure how Mick Taylor plays that or his right hand technique, but if you don't mute that in some way, it does sound a bit messy. You can actually mute everything before you play that, but again, sort of with the whole hand, and then come into that. But I think if you hold the pick normally, the third finger should be free. So I just sort of, that there seems to work fairly well. Coming out of there into bar 6, we're sliding from the 13th to the 15th, which is. That last little figure there is quite quick, so. And I'm actually blocking the fourth string with, the fifth string with my thumb, and the third string with my third finger, just to isolate that string. Especially for the vibrato there at the end. And where are we coming out of there? That's into bar 7, and this is the hardest part to play for me, and it's mostly because of the speed when you're coming out of sliding up to 12. Coming out of there, so. It's quite tricky to play this part here, because you've got to sort of get that intonation right from here, because it really lands heavily on that. So some people say it's don't, but when I listen to the record, and I did listen several times, it does seem that he gets to that G quite quickly, so it makes more sense that he goes down to the fifth string, which is why I think he's in standard and not open G. Coming out of there, and where are we? So just a sort of a drag down from the 12. We're coming up to 17 from 15. Vibrato, and then again I'm muting out that second string, and then 11. I'm muting that second string as well before I play that, the fourth string here. So coming out of there again from 15 to 17. Well, that's not it, that's 19. Then on 4. And then back up gently. And then back to the 3rd string. So that concludes the first solo. So before the second solo here, there's some playing in the verse which I've put into the tab that you can have a look through. The tab you can download for free. And just before the second solo, we've got this sort of feedback note on bar 24, which is an F sharp. And maybe if I can just cut away and show you what I'm using for that. Here is a freak out pedal. And alongside that is the SFT, and that's sort of the settings I've been using. If I play a note on this freak out, you'll see how it works. It just basically, the settings are all there, which is pretty cool, fairly realistic. Can get a bit synthy, but that's what I've been using in a couple of spots in this solo. Okay. If we just come back up here, we're at bar 25, and we're up to 15, and because we've got that D on the top, we've got this nice third here between the 1st and 2nd string. So, and then downwards to the 12. Lots of vibrato there, and then we're sliding up to 15, and then on the 1st string 17, then down to 15, then 15 on 2nd, and then we're going 11 to 12, and I'm blocking out that, muting that 2nd string here with my 3rd finger again, coming from here. There's 2 little strikes there on the 3rd string there. So maybe just coming out of that time one more time. And that brings us up to bar 30, where we're sliding from 13 to 15 on the 2nd string. So that's very similar to the first solo. And again, at bar 31, we have the identical tricky little part to play, which is here. And then following that, there's a little chromatic run, which is quite cool. So. Coming out of there, maybe if I just go back actually before that, so this is bar 31 here. And then we are going up to 15 on the B string, on the 2nd string. 17. And then up to 17 again. 15, 15 on the 2nd string, 13, 11 to 12 again on the 2nd string. Pluck that twice. And then we're going to play. And then a little bit of feedback. And that is basically it. There's the solo. It's one of my favorites. Hope you enjoyed that. And see you on the next one.